Hey everybody, welcome into Rock Painting 101. Today's tutorial is a portion of a Facebook Live that I had done where we were experimenting with some fluid art. So I'm just going to crop out the specific part of the video where we created this really beautiful rock. Now this isn't even sealed yet. This is just the shimmer you get from the metallic paints. So this will look even more beautiful once it's got a nice clear coat on top of it, but it's a really fun and easy tutorial to follow along with. So give the video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And of course, if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe in the bottom right-hand corner at any time during the video. And I am experimenting a little bit today with some kind of pour painting swiping technique. You've seen me make this contraption before. So all I've done here is I've got just a sour cream tub or cottage cheese or something. I've punched hole punches in the side just to give a place for these skewers to sit. And I'm pouring my white paint over this so that I can catch the extra drips, and then I'm decorating them off to the side. So I'll still lose a little bit of paint, but this kind of saves my white paint so I'm not wasting a lot of it. I've got it pre-mixed with Floetrol. I keep it in a spare Floetrol container, and that way I can just pour it right over my rock, really let it flow over the edges, and I can save some of that paint. So we're gonna start by doing that, and then we'll talk a little bit more about what I've got around here. Try to find a spot here where I don't have paint, but I guess that's probably not gonna happen. So I'm just gonna take one of my rocks, place it right here. Now I've got these really nice flat rocks for this project. If you don't have something as flat as this, it's okay, but you do want to have some surface space, otherwise your design's just gonna completely run off your rock. Now again, this is not straight Floetrol. This is half Floetrol, half white paint. I even labeled this one. I just use a lot of white when I do pour painting, whether it's on rocks or on canvas. So I'm just gonna pour this right over the top, and I'm gonna be generous because, like I showed you before, I'm catching the extra paint below, and that way it really floods and flows over all of those edges. If you don't know what I'm talking about with Floetrol, it is, it actually says it eliminates brush and roller marks, improves flow and leveling. So it's just, you can buy it at like Ace Hardware, Home Depot. I did leave a link to you where you can get it on Amazon if you don't have those things nearby, or you're just an Amazon shopper like me. I love that things show up in my house, 2 days later. And I usually save money if I order online. If I walk into a craft store or into a hardware store, I don't walk out with just what I came in for. So anyways, we're gonna move this guy over, and we're 3 for 3 on that. And we'll try this again. This time I will stick with my toothpicks like I thought I was gonna do in the first place. I think the problem with this is red and green, technically, when it blends together, are opposite on the color wheel, so you get kind of a muddy color, and I don't like that. I like to keep the colors nice and bright. But that is also something to keep in mind with any pouring that you might be doing. You want your colors, that if they do blend and mix in certain places, to not turn into brown on you. So this toothpick pull will make it, we'll leave green in the center of this one. We'll make it so they don't blend as much. My paper towel is turning into nothing here. Okay, fresh toothpick on this. We're getting pretty close to the edge over here, but I kind of like that it's off-centered a little bit. If you're worried about it being centered, you could kind of tilt and kind of slide it back, but I'm not hating the idea of it coming off to the side. So I'm going to start by pulling off to the right first here. So I come all the way through it all. Make a pretty Christmas design here. I'm just wiping off the extra so I don't go back with the outside colors too much at the beginning here. Just broke my toothpick. I'm using the wider side of my toothpick this time. All right, and I think I'm going to do the one more in between each of these, but I think this looks pretty cool. I like having that white space on here. So I'm going to go in and pull one more round here. See the difference of the two sides of the toothpick? Look how much thinner. It doesn't look like that big of a difference, but when you're pulling through paint, it really does make a difference. Alright. Now I let these dry a long time before I seal them, at least a few days. They might seem dry to the touch right away, but underneath it could still have some moisture. You don't want to seal your rocks when there's moisture underneath, because as that moisture tries to release, it can crack, it can mess things up. So anytime you're doing any sort of pour painting, always go on the side of caution before going to seal them, only because you don't want to mess them up. So just give them some time to properly cure, is what they call it a lot of times. But you can see that gold pull all the way through to the end. So when it dries, once you've sealed it, you'll get back this nice pretty sheen to it as well. Thanks for following along, everybody. We'll see you all soon with another rock painting tutorial. Bye-bye.